How long was this that
We were
that
over
you were
there. We left in April. We got there in last of January. And we stayed until April, last of April.
Oh, so it was a matter of about 4 months.
Right.
But I'm still unclear. Okay, so you were going to be prison guards?
No, the computer section.
Okay, you were still with the computer
in
section.
processing, out processing.
Okay, so you were just taking names and numbers of the prisoners?
Right. We had to have, it was a matter of collecting the names from the prisoners. The hospital unit was giving them showers and making them comfortable they were bringing in prisoners all night long. And I worked nights. And they brought them in by the truckload. They were full of fleas, lice, everything. And we had to shower them down. The other section, the hospital section, showered them down, cleaned their hair out, put powder in their hair to get rid of the lice. And they got jumpsuits and sandals. They were fighting over those at the end because we were about to run out. They wanted those instead of the things that we had given them, because we gave them Army uniforms after that, after we had run out of the jumpsuits. But they were coming in by the truckload, but by 4 o'clock we had to cut off and stop the computer to download, to send a disc to Washington. There's a guy that goes through the desert to all of the 2 prisoners of war camps. There was 2 of them. We were like maybe 5-6 miles apart. And he'd go to both of these, and then he heads for the plane to put it on to go to Washington. And we had to do this every morning, have this ready every morning.
Now, you kept the prisoners in Saudi Arabia.
Right.
You didn't move.
We didn't actually go into Kuwait or Iraq.
Now, were you actually talking to the prisoners, or was?
Oh yeah, we got a chance to talk to them. A lot of them talked English, and a lot didn't. But all of their birthdays were the same date. We didn't know why it was, but we were writing down the same date each time. And then they had a time when we had a cook that wasn't cooking right, so we had to change cooks. He wasn't. Then they finally put someone there from their country to work side by side with them, and he knew then exactly what to serve them, what to get from the market and all, and it was mostly rice and all.
Now, this was a building? Was it a...
No, it was a tent.
Just a tent?
Everyone had tents, and the prisoners had white tents. And some of them tried to keep warm by putting a fire on the inside of the tent. And of course it set the tents afire. But we had 4 compounds. And we had a riot. In fact, we had 2 riots. And one of the soldiers I know that I was close to, he was a Ferndale fireman. He got hit with a rock, because as I said, our prison was built on a...
Who started the riot? One of the prisoners?
Mm-hmm. I think it was because they had did something and the commander had taken their soccer balls away, and they decided, well, the biggest one, that started with the Republican Guards. They were worse, because see, they belonged to the big man. We even had Hussein's guard himself, his bodyguard. And I just happened to be in the room at that time when it came over the wire that they were talking to him and what they were doing to him, and they had found him, Hussein, and they got orders. By morning they had gotten orders to let him go, and our orders came from the top, so he got away.
The bodyguard.
The bodyguard we got,
Oh,
we kept, and they were. I heard him hit the floor.
but you're saying you captured Hussein himself?
We had captured, our secret special service guys had captured him, and he had to be let go. And why, I don't know. I didn't have that much of a clearance.
Save the face, save face.
Yeah, Mr. Bush. So we.
I don't think that's public knowledge.
No, it's not. I know. But it's over with now. I can talk about it.
More than 20 years.
Yeah. And they got his guard, his main man, and they, I can't say tortured him, but he wasn't very comfortable. They didn't make him very comfortable because he was so rude too. And I still believe he's the reason for the last riot we had. Because they were picking up the stones that were there in that bed, that water bed, to hit our people. And the guy was saying, the fireman from Ferndale, he got hit in the head. And he came running out with blood all over his face. And the infirmary was right near my tent, so I saw him. So, because we were all standing up on the trucks. They had told us to get out because where I was working at was on the inside of the wire. Wire meaning that where the prisoners were, because we had to work there because they come out of their area where they live and come right to where we are to board the buses, and the buses took them back to the village or wherever they wanted to go.
Oh, so they let them go.
Yeah.
Now, how long did they keep them?
We kept them until we had signs or word from the village from where we were going to send them on the buses was clear. But then by the time the buses made it there and the prisoners were getting off the bus, some of them were shot as they got off the bus, we were told. And they ended up back with us for safety. They came back, not on the bus, but they came back by land or went back out in the field and was captured again.
Was this after the war was over?
No, this was during the war.
During the war.
Because when the war started, August 2nd, they didn't have very much. They had already put those people out in the field to go and take over towns and villages. But those that didn't volunteer, they were just put out there and just left.
Are these Middle Eastern people?
Yes, yes. And they would tell us stories that...
The draftees, you're saying, basically. Right?
Yeah,
The Iraqi
that's what he called them,
draftees.
yes. He, when they came around to the villages and asked them to join the revolution, they said no. This brother and these two brothers that we talked to while they were there, and we said no, and they came back. He says, we'll be back, and they came back within 2 weeks, and they said the same thing, will you join the revolution? And they said no, and they shot one of the brothers, so the other brother volunteered. So he ended up out in the desert, and that's how he made it to us. In our camp, though, also we had civilians, but I didn't get a chance to meet the civilians. I just saw them, and we met a lot of Bedouins that were in the desert, that live in the desert. So that's how we got to know a lot of people. I did anyway.
Now, were these people that were fighting?
The Bedouins weren't.
Or they didn't fight anybody?
They didn't participate in the war. They just said it was their, this is the way we live. We live in the desert. And that is the most beautiful place out there. The nights are the best. And when they say the Arabian Nights, oh, it takes your breath away to look at the sky. I saw my first comet. I was on my way to the showers. And we had showers. They had built us showers Beautiful.